commercial bank is a financial institution that is authorized by law to receive money from businesses and individuals and lend money to them. Commercial banks are open to the public and serve individuals, institutions, and businesses. A commercial bank is almost certainly the type of bank you think of when you think about a bank because it is the type of bank that most people regularly use. Banks are regulated by federal and state laws depending on how they are organized and the services they provide. Commercial banks are also monitored through the Federal Reserve System.
Functions: receive deposits, take money in from individuals and businesses called depositors. Disperse payments, make payments upon the direction of its depositors, such as honoring a check. Collections: a bank will act as your agent to collect funds from another bank payable to you, such as when someone pays you by check drawn on an account from a different bank. Invest funds in securities for return. Safeguard money. Banks are considered a safe place to store your wealth. Maintain and service savings and checking accounts of its depositors. Maintain custodial accounts, accounts controlled by one person but for the benefit of another person, such as a trust account.
Commercial banks are probably the largest source of financing for private capital investment in the country. A capital investment is the purchase of an asset with the intention of you either generating income from the asset appreciating in value over time, or both. Common capital purchases made by businesses include things like plants and equipment. The quintessential capital purchase by individuals is the purchase of their homes. Commercial banking is a vital part of economic growth because it permits investments through financing. If investment was only possible through money already saved by the investor, growth would be much slower because it takes a long time to accumulate sufficient funds to buy large fixed capital assets like machinery and factories. Just think how long it would take for you to raise all the money necessary to pay for a house with cash. How does a bank get the money to provide loans? The answer is simple, through depositors like you. Basically, when you deposit money into a bank account, the bank will take that money and use it to fund loans. Banks will make money off of loans through the interest it charges. Of course, it charges borrowers a higher rate of interest than the interest it pays you for the use of the money. Commercial banks are an important part of the modern economy. Such a bank is a financial institution that is authorized by law to receive money from businesses and individuals and lend money to them. Functions of a commercial bank include receiving deposits, dispersing payment, collections, safeguarding money, loaning money, and maintaining and servicing checking, savings, and custodial accounts. Commercial banks' most important role in an economy is probably lending money to investors for purchase of capital goods that help grow the economy.
The central bank of the country is the only institution allowed to create physical currency, in other words, coins and paper bills. In today's society, however, that is also money. The dollar you pay with when using your credit card has just much as purchasing power as $1 bill. Therefore, as explained in the functional reserve banking video, commercial banks create money as well by issuing. And since most of the money in existence is not physical, commercial banks actually create more money than central banks. Most countries have one central bank and most of commercial banks. The central bank has a monopoly on physical money and creation. They can create as much physical currency as indeed necessary. Commercial banks, however, cannot do that. Some people have to deposit money and others have to request loans. Otherwise, the money creation mechanism over commercial bank stops working. Therefore, maintaining stability is the central bank's main goal, and it can do that by 1. Managing interest rates, lowering them to stimulate economic activity or increasing them if it thinks the economy is overheating. 2. Telling banks which rules they need to follow. For example, how much money they need to keep as reserves. 3. Acting as a lender of last resort and buying assets that nobody else wants during time of turbulence. For example, giving banks quick cash by buying the illiquid mortgage-backed securities they were stuck with after the Great Recession. Essential can have other goals as well, such as full employment, but its core responsibilities revolve on maintaining the stability conscious financial system. The founder of Security Bank are basically Chinese family, the family. Security Bank is existing for more than 65 years. They just had their 65th anniversary last 2 years. However, Security Bank is very quiet in terms of publicity. Until then, they had their branding project wherein they launched out and had the chance to change their logo and change their branding. They have a better banking promise now. It was 30 years ago since they had their commercial. Security Bank Corporation was established on June 18, 1951 as Security Bank and Trust Company and was the first private and Filipino-controlled bank of the post-World War II period. Security Bank was publicly listed with the Philippine Stock Exchange in 1995. In terms of competition, they are known by the market and the people as underdog. They are in their third year since they had their rebranching. Since they had their own commercial and endorsements. They also have online promos and online banking. So everything changed. Their branches are very different compared to other banks because Security Bank have this modernization of branches. For the branches, Security Bank had already 292 branches. They just had new one branch in Sindalan, San Fernando, which was the 292nd branch of Security Bank. For the Central Luzon alone, they are planning to have one more branch in Angeles City, MacArthur Highway, and another one in downtown San Fernando. They are targeting 500 branches countrywide for the next 4 years. The latest news about the bank is they are again awarded by the banker. When you say banker, it is like the Oscar of the banking industry. It is the most prestigious award that a bank can get. The latest service that Security Bank have is their ongoing promos in order for them to gain more clients or more customers for this year. They launch promos like if a client open an account which they call the access account, this means a client have a checkbook, passbook, then the client also have an ATM card at the same time linking all one account. The account opening for that is 25,000. If on day 1 a client open up an account worth 25,000, the client will get a net of 20 in 30 consecutive months. That gives the client a credit of 500 pesos on their account. Security Bank also have different consumer products. Consumer products are loans. They are currently offering competitive loans compared to other banks. For example, auto loans. They are giving free insurance and free shuttle fees. For every loan that a client get, they have processing fee and the chattel mortgage that they call the annotation and all that for mortgage. Since Security Bank is bombarded with challenges and they are specialized mainly on sales, they are focused in creating profits, not deficits. The development in sales and the flow of expenses and continues. Therefore, you have to offset everything. Since the bank is a conservative bank, they refrain themselves from any type of controversies. The bank is conservative in terms of approval. The Bank of Tokyo is the number one bank in all of Japan and it infuses the capitalization of their bank.
In the banking industry kasi, we are all selling, we are all selling same products, same financial products, same deposit accounts, same loan accounts. So, saan kayo nagkakatalo? It is because siguro of the person you are talking with, the relationship you have with the client, the trust that you will gain through the years or through the years na maging kliyente mo sila. So you gain their trust.
Security Bank treat clients as part of the family. Treating clients is all about service. They said that clients need a good service from the bank regardless if it is talking to its CEO, the messenger or representative of the bank. They treat their clients equal, either big clients or small clients. Security Bank need to be fair to everybody. Security Bank believe that it is all about service and dedication your job.